welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a requested video by a viewer named Elizabeth. It is for her and her daughter who both have hooded eyes. She had questions on how I do my winged eyeliner when I do it. I don't wear it very often because since I do have hooded eyes, the real estate on my eyelid is very sacred to me, so I'd rather normally have my eyeshadows showing. I typically only like to do winged eyeliner when I'm doing like a really bold lip. That way I feel like it balances it out. There are many very good brushes on the market that you can use for this. It just is going to be trial and error and personal preference. Two I have from MAC are the MAC 209 and the MAC 210. The 209 is a lot thicker compared to the 209, or the 210, I'm sorry. We look at those right up close. Some people like it thicker, some people like it thinner. A Sigma brush that is a dupe for the MAC 209 is this E05. They're around the same size. There is this one that is by Sigma, that is the E65 brush. That is a really tight slant, which I like if you're doing gel. This is a bent tipped brush from Studio Gear, the number 30 brush. I got this at Ulta, but ever since I found what I used in this video, I've never looked back, and I don't use any of those other brushes anymore, because I love this Tartiste eyeliner by Tarte, and it actually comes with this little brush, which is really nice. This just goes on so smooth. It doesn't skip. It, like, gel can get clumpy, and you have to sometimes water it down so it can go on smooth. This doesn't have that problem. Really love this stuff. This was like a home run, and there's so much in here. This will last a really long time. I'm sorry I mentioned it because I know it is sold out, so if you don't have it, it can be frustrating. Hopefully for the Sephora sale, they will be restocked. So you do need to have a good gel eyeliner if you want to use one, a brush, some concealer, and a brush to clean up, and some Scotch tape. I actually cheat and I use tape, but that's the only way for me to get them even. Otherwise, I'll have one that I'm like, man, that's awesome, and then another hand, it's like when I paint my nails, my left hand looks awesome, but then because I'm right-handed, but then when I go to paint my right hand, I'm like, what happened? It's all over my cuticles and it's a mess. Same thing with my eyeliner. Better at doing it on others than myself, so when I do it on myself, I use tape. So if you guys are interested in how I do my winged eyeliner for my hooded eyes, please stay tuned. So right now I have my foundation, all my contour, and my blush done on my face. I don't have any lipstick on. I do have my eyebrows done. I don't have anything on my eyelids right now. Now the thing that makes winged eyeliner on hooded eyes so difficult is when my eye is open, you can't see much of my eyelid. It sinks in there. So the problem is when you do winged eyeliner, it either closes off that little sliver of eyelid that you have showing so it can make your eye look droopy and heavy, or as soon as you blink, it will transfer up onto your crease. So it just depends on how hooded your eyes are. Some people's have more, like typically the older, if you have hooded eyes, like as I get older, the skin will probably touch the eyelid a little more. So it's really just to what degree you have it. But today I'm going to show you a few little tips and tricks of how I get it. I find most of the time for hooded eye people, the rule ratios that people say, like when they say from the corner of your eye up towards your eyebrow, well, first of all, it depends on what your eyebrows are like for that to work. And it also, when you have hooded eyes, the whole point of winged eyeliner is to kind of give you a cat-shaped eye. So for the longest time when I first started doing it, my wing would be like almost completely vertical. It just didn't look normal. So there are a few different cheat methods to achieving an even, decent winged eyeliner. So here are a few different ways to do it. One of the ways is I take a brush and I line it up with the corner of my nose towards the corner of my eyebrow, and that can give you like a good trace of where it's supposed to go. And what you can do is, now I like to use a white eyeliner actually. You can use a white or nude. This one is a MAC NC15 NW20 chromographic pencil. This is the NARS Rubona part. This is the one I've actually always done it with when I did do it. This is Fascinating by MAC. It's a white pencil, or a drugstore brand would be NYX, one of their Wonder pencils. What you do is you would take a brush or anything that you want to line it up from the corner of your nose out towards the corner of your eye where it follows, and just roll it down a little so you're not like right on top of the line in, and make sure your pencil is at the corner of your eye and you can draw the line up, like this. that would give you a line to follow, because if you draw it on with black, it's really hard to take it off. But if you use a white or a nude, you can always just see that line, and it's easy to kind of blend in and draw it properly until you line both of them up equally, and then you can go over it with the black. So that's one fairly simple way. I'm gonna show you the way I do it. That's foolproof for me anyway, because I'm not like, people that don't struggle with winged eyeliner, I hate them because I do. First, what I'm going to do is take some Scotch tape. You want to take off a small, I mean not too large of a piece, and you want to place it on the back of your hand to try to remove some of the stickiness from this. I like to lift it up once and put it back down because you don't want it tugging at your eye area. And then what you're going to do is line it up from the lower lash line, and make sure you stick the tape underneath the lash line. Let me see if I can zoom in. Whoa, that's close. Okay, so I'm trying to zoom in so you guys can see better. Okay, so I'm gonna put this piece of tape underneath my eyelashes here, and I'm going to line it up how I want the wing to go. And a way to help is to close your eyes and see when your eyes close where you'd want that line to be. Glory of this method is that you can lift it and replace it as many times as you need to get them to be even before you start going on with any eye makeup. And I do this when I'm doing a winged eyeliner so I can have a really crisp line. I don't even put on eyeshadow first. So then another piece, I'm going to stick it on the back of my hand and remove that tackiness, and then I'm gonna go back on and try to line them up the same way. So right underneath. So do those look even? I think they do. But if they're not, you can pick them up and reposition them. So right now I'm having that, and I just really lay it down tight there right at the top, and I just kind of let the rest set there. So what I find is I only like to do wing eyeliner when I'm doing a very simple makeup on my eyes, only because it can be too busy on my eyes since you can't see that much of my eyelid. If I do like a smoky eye plus a really thick wing, it's like my whole eye just looks black. Like, that's all you'll see, even if it's colored or anything else. First, what I'm going to do is prime my eyes. I'm using Urban Decay Primer Potion. And now what is important too is that with hooded eyes, you need to make sure they're properly primed and that they're dry and that the liner that you're using doesn't transfer, because that becomes really hard on our hooded eyes because it will transfer up into that crease. So you need to make sure that they're nice and matte and they're not oily. First, what I'm going to do is put a transition color down, and I'm going to use Makeup Geek's Peach Smoothie on my MAC 224, and I'm going to go right over that tape and put this in the transition color. Now, I know I'm doing this video because a viewer named Elizabeth requested it because she has hooded eyes as well as her beautiful daughter, and she's doing her makeup for prom. And she wants to do a winged eyeliner on the makeup, on the mermaid look makeup I did. What you want to do is focus the color too on the line tape. So like right here, I'm going to go back and forth over that outside V. And I want to be lighter handed going towards the inner corner. Next, I'm going to pick up Makeup Geek's Creme Brulee and Latte. I'm going to tap it in and tap it in on my MAC 217 brush. And I'm really going to focus this in that crease right there. I'm going to try to put most of that color on the outside there where that tape is. So just feel free to go right over that tape. That's what the glory of this is. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to clean up that line. I'm going to go back with my MAC 224 and I'm going to blend that. Then I'm going to pick up a very small amount of black. This is Makeup Geek's Corrupt. And I'm just going to tap this pointed crease brush in there. Going to tap it along the edge of where I'm going to put that wing. Just a very small amount like that. Then you can take any blending brush. This is my Sigma E25. You're going to blend that. So blend that into that crease. Remember, you can do this with any eyeshadow method that you're doing. I'm just doing it with this very simple look, but with any smoky eye or anything, this will work. Find it's best if it goes a little over where the crease is. So see right now when I have my eye open, you can't really see it. I'm going to take a little more of that color and I'm going to open my eye a little, see where it stops, and I'm going to make sure that that line is going a little higher than that. And then go through again and blend that line in again. Really want to make sure that you're spending time in that area blending this out. And you're not adding any more product, you're just going back and forth. And be patient. Patience is the key to blending. Now we just want to add a little light to the eyelid. Two colors I like to use for that the best are Max Blanc type or this Urban Decay WOS eyeshadow. I'm going to pick that up on my Sigma E55 and I'm going to pack that just on the lid and kind of blend it out into that darker color that we just put on there. So see how it adds a little light? Key is you have to have a really good liner when you're doing this. And I have a couple. I had that Inglot 77 gel eyeliner and I mean that transferred like bananas on me. And so does the Max Fluid Line in Black Track. I mean I hate this stuff. And I don't like the Inglot. I had the Inglot. I might have given it away because I can't find it in my stash. A gel one that I really do like is Makeup Geek's Immortal. This is really black and I haven't experienced transfer for that. If it is a liquid liner, I love the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner because this is a really fine hair tip. It's not felt so it doesn't fray and it really allows you to get in there and kind of flick it. What I've been using that's fairly new that I love, and I know it's back ordered, I'm sorry if you don't have it, is the Tartiste. It comes with this angled brush, and then this has a little pot right here on it that you squeeze it up, and it's almost like a really opaque, thick liquid lipstick. That's the consistency of it. So I'm going to show you what I have been doing with that. So first you squeeze this up into the little reservoir there. It's like a little cup, and then you just work your brush back and forth to coat it. You don't want to pick up too much because remember you can always go back for more, but if you start getting heavy it's going to be panda eyes. It's all downhill from there. So what you want to do is you don't want to start, or I don't like to start on my wing because if there's really gunk and it's chunked up on there it can start to look clunky. I don't want to start in the very inside of your eye too for that same reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right on the outside of my pupil and I'm just going to start to lay this down in line. I'm going to try to do a very thin line of that because while some people can really make it thick, if you have hooded eyes you don't have the real estate of your eyelid to be working with there, so you have to do it in pieces. Just gonna work my way into that inside corner, making really small light strokes. Now you're gonna want to draw this wing. So for me, those measurements never work, you know, when it says go up to your eyebrow. So I'm going to start at the base of my eyelid where that tape is, and I'm just gonna try to flick it out a little. I don't like a huge wing, just like that. You don't have to be unique because the tape is guiding me. That line is there, and then what you're gonna wanna do is bring that line to connect with this layer. So basically where your pupil is, the middle of your eye, it should be where this connects out here. So I find it easiest when you have your mirror right below you. So let me move my mirror over a little more. So I'm just gonna put my hand here for kind of stabilize it. You can do it in pieces. It's way easier too when you look down into a mirror. Then you're gonna wanna fill in that spot that's left in between. So just pick up a little more. Mention that I will now is this liner takes about 5 minutes or maybe a little longer to completely set. When it is set though, it's pretty budge proof. I know that because I drew a few lines of this on my hand in the store and I walked around and I rubbed them at different times, and when I rubbed it like immediately after, it smeared everywhere, and when I rubbed it even like a minute or two after on the next line, it smeared. And so finally after I was done shopping and I was checking out, I was like, oh, let me try to rub it again, and it didn't move from my hand. Something you should do too is kind of have a gauge for how long you made this wing. So right here, if I lay this down, I can see that it's the tip of my brush until like where the ferrule of this starts. So I can kind of lay it down and draw a little line like that, so I know. So now I don't know if you can tell in the camera, You're probably like, yes, I can. It's not the smoothest on top, and what I'm gonna do to even that out, instead of going back in with that brush where the brush is thicker, I'm gonna go in with my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and I'm really gonna smooth this out. So you rest your hand on your face. Now what I'm gonna do is just peel the tape off. See? Then go through with a concealer brush and some concealer. This one is called Hidden Agenda Concealer by Studio Gear Cosmetics that I picked up at Ulta. And this is the Anastasia Concealer in shade 1. And you don't want to use something too liquidy because then it can start sliding all around. But I'm going to tap the edge of my brush in there, and I'm going to actually put some on the back of my hand so I know it's not too much. And then I'm going to go and just clean this line up. I mean, it's already really clean. I'm basically just kind of highlighting underneath it. Do your wing as dramatic as you want. I don't like a crazy wing, again, because of my eye shape. So with hooded eyes, if you draw the line super long, it's basically gonna look like you just have a skinny line coming out from the side of your eyes because your eye is eating the rest of that wing. Just going to take a slanted brush, and I'm going to pick up some Makeup Geek Barcelona Beach, and I'm just gonna draw that underneath my eye line here. Tight line the top of that water line, just to make sure that it's really dark and you don't see any pink through there. So I just put my mirror down, and that automatically causes me to kind of look up, and then I draw this on. I'm going to take my NARS Rue Bonaparte nude pencil, and I'm going to draw that in the inside waterline. Next, I'm going to curl my eyelashes with my Shoot Umora curler, and what you want to do too is, the reason why these are so awesome is because of the curve of this. There is not another eyelash curler on the face of the planet that comes close to this brand. Guys, everything I talk about, as always, will be linked below. You want to get really close up in there, careful not to disturb, you know, the eyeliner and stuff you just did, and curl your lashes. Next, some mascara on the bottom, some mascara on the top. On the bottom, I used my MAC Giga Black, and on the top here, I'm using my Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill. So let's really quickly touch on eyelash styles that look best with wing eyeliner. So these are my two favorite eyelashes. These are House of Lashes Siren, and these are House of Lashes Temptress. Now, if you look at these ones, if you can see, these are like long and short and long and short. And they're longest in the middle, and what that does is bring attention to the middle of your eye, and it gives you like a doll-like effect, which is quite opposite than what we just did with the winged eyeliner. On the winged eyeliner, you're trying to draw attention out and kind of elongate your eyes. So for that, you want to wear something that's shorter on the inside and gradually gets longer, and that will give you that same effect. So something like the Temptress lashes would be best. There you go, both eyelashes on. Now this glue just has to dry. Now what you want to do is go over with your eyeliner to make sure that that line is completely blended in and you can't see the adhesive. So just very gently go over where that band laid down. After my eyelashes are on, I'm going to take some MAC Shroom on this Real Techniques shading brush, and I'm going to highlight the inner corner of my eye. I think that this is like a step that really can never be missed. And then I'm going to take a little of that and just go up on the arch on my brow bone too and kind of blend that down. Have any other tips or tricks on how you like to do your winged eyeliner on hooded eyes? Please leave it in the comment section down below. It's always nice to share with others. I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. Thanks as always for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.